45,000 units sold. You have 300 customers, including the likes of Ford, GM, and Google. Talk to us about where you want to take the business from here.
Thank you for having me on the show, Seema. You know, we're at the cusp of an incredible inflection point for the Lidar industry as a whole. You know, for years, the Lidar as a technology was in the R&D labs with our customers, and now we are seeing so many different applications coming online for the usage of this technology across autonomy as well as ADAS and so many other industrial applications. So it's a very exciting time for the business. And as the leader in the space, we expect to be able to really capture this incredible growth that we see in the industry ahead of us.
Well, I have to ask, though, as you know, Elon Musk, the biggest name in the electric vehicle space, has been very critical of your business and Lidar technology, going as far as to calling it a fool's errand and, quote, stupid. I'll give you a chance here to respond.
Yeah, I usually cannot go about 5 minutes before someone asks me this question. And there's really two ways of responding to this. One is market validation, and this other is technology. From a market perspective, at Velodyne, we have been working with all the major auto OEMs and tech companies for many years at this point. And every single one of them, we've had deep conversations around the usage of LiDAR for mass market consumer vehicles. And all of these conversations are coming to fruition in the form of commercial opportunities for the business. So really, the market has already spoken, and Tesla is really an outlier in this opinion. From a technology perspective, if you're going to put human beings in a car and their lives in the hands of technology, you need a technology that works not just as good as a human being, but significantly better than a human being. And that's what LiDAR is, with its ability to work day or night and provide incredibly precise measurements of the three-dimensional world.
You may be the biggest player in this LiDAR sensor market, but you're facing some big competition, especially in China, where you have two major players creating the same technology that's faster, more powerful, and cheaper. Your thoughts there?
Yeah, actually, you know, we have done a really good job of, you know, protecting our IP and finding ways to leverage and monetize that over this period of time. And that continues to this day. Velodyne has the strongest IP portfolio in the space, and we have really been able to capitalize on that and leverage that to really not only provide the best, highest performance product, but really be able to provide that at industry-leading prices. Earlier this year, we announced a $100 ASP LiDAR, really best in class in terms of performance, but also really competitive in terms of pricing, allowing us to really capture this mass market opportunity. And we are significantly ahead of the game in our ability to do that in comparison with any of the other players in the space.
Anand, it's kind of obligatory now also to get a question when you go public as to why you went public this way, as opposed to one of the other modes that we've been talking about out here. You see your stock backing off a little bit from the open. What was the calculus on your part?
Well, you know, we looked at all the different approaches to be able to go public, and we looked at that across the board. Of course, SPACs have been around for a while. They've gotten more popular, especially this year. From our perspective, it really came down to the fact that we are in an industry that is at a massive inflection point with a huge growth trajectory ahead of us. And the SPAC process really allowed us to be able to have very deep and even repeated conversations with public investors, explaining the nuances of the story and the massive potential for the technology in so many different applications, versus a traditional IPO process, which is a 10-day sprint with half-an-hour meetings with various investors. So this really felt like a much more wholesome process for us, and it seems to have worked out quite well.
Your path to profitability, what does it look like, Anand? I know it was 2024 last time you and I talked, but can you get there faster?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's two parts to the story. One is this tremendous revenue growth, you know, that we are seeing on the backs of this tremendous commercial traction. The second thing is really the work that the company has done over the past 4 or 5 years, preparing for this moment with technology investments and manufacturing partnerships that allow us to deliver this technology at scale. All of that really gives us a robust 60% CAGR growth that we expect to see, and we have talked about this in our SEC filings. And on the backs of that, a path to profitability, we expect to be 2022 to be our first year of profitability, and then further grow beyond that. There's a tremendous upside potential for this technology. You know, as we sit here, this technology is being used not just in automotive, but it's so many incredible applications that touch people's lives. So we do believe there's lots of legs to this, and we will have a very sound financial story as we proceed forward.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.